Welcome to day 290 of our DSO journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian, and we have a new sponsor today. It's CloutFeed.
Yeah, and CloudFeed actually had some pretty big news last night or early this morning. They announced the release of version 1.6.7. It has a lot of updates to it. I'll quickly go down the rundown of them all. First of all, financial transactions. The Financial Transactions Explorer is now available for any wallet. This is going to show all sorts of information such as funds transfers, creator coin purchases, diamonds, etc. It's really a good tool to kind of explore what people are doing on the DSO blockchain. Now also, if you can check if somebody read your messages. So if you send somebody a message, you can see, hey, did somebody read it? Thought that was pretty cool. There's unlimited profile description space now. So if you have a really long profile, you can use CloutFeed to create that profile. I know that GiftClout used to do that before they went offline. It wasn't unlimited, but it was very, very big. So that's welcome for sure. Also, long press diamond giving is here. So you long press a diamond, and I assume this is only when you're in the test mode, because there is no diamond giving on the main app. I assume.
Well, there is in the Android version, I believe.
The Android version, yeah, that's true. Yeah, so if you're on the Android version or you're on the test one, long pressing the diamond will allow you to select kind of like how it works on I guess Diamond app. But also the goddess list was removed, and instead they added an active user list to the value creator list. So the active goddesses are added to the value creator list, if I'm correct there. So yeah, a lot of really, really awesome changes. CloutFeed's doing great. They're one of the top used nodes according to Tyne. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they move forward, how they might integrate with Story. It's all going to be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Revolve's doing great things, and CloutFeed keeps advancing. Yesterday also, actually it wasn't yesterday, the day before, and we missed it in yesterday's news. Illuminati, of course, he's the artist behind the Rowdy Reptilians. He's a tremendous artist, probably one of the more well-known NFT artists on DSO. He said that he's planning a Rowdy DAO, an RWDY DAO, and there's a DSO account, RWDY, created now. And it's going to be used apparently for the Rowdyverse, which is a metaverse game. So, you're going to have these Rowdy Reptilian NFTs, which can probably be used in the Rowdyverse. And there's going to be a Rowdy DAO, an RWDY DAO, that's going to help fund that metaverse. And of course, we don't know all the details. It was kind of just previewed. He also posted a video depicting what looks like could be the Rowdyverse. And there's like characters that are sword fighting in there. And so there's a lot of great things. Check it out. Check out Illuminati's posts. Check out the Rowdyverse DSO account, and you can see what he's working on. I know he's working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He doesn't like to overpromise, so he doesn't really detail too much until it's ready to come out. But Illuminati has been great for the platform. His NFTs are super hot. I'm just excited for this.
Yeah, and I think as we move forward, we're going to see this convergence of the NFT space on DSO with the DSO DAOs. And of course, we don't have all the details on DAOs quite yet, but I think it's going to be a pretty unique opportunity on DSO to create DAOs around NFTs. And that's whether the NFT itself is the NFT artists themselves creates this DAO to maybe allow for governance within this ecosystem they create, or perhaps DAOs created by collectors who might want help in buying some NFTs. So it's going to be interesting to see how DAOs play into the NFT space. I think that's definitely going to be something that sets DSO aside from some other blockchains out there. And like you said, Illuminati is doing awesome. I think he mentioned how he had goals for 2021 and he reached all the goals. One of them was to make $100,000 selling NFTs, and he did that. The other was, I think, to grow a man bun, which I also think he did. And I forget what the last one was. He'll have to reply and give that one.
Yeah, but Chris is awesome, and I love what he's doing. Also, yesterday, Natter asked people to make a meme of a saying that I guess he came up with, which shows the Web3 expert saying, "How dare you give users the option to back up their seed phrase to their Google Drive?" And then also Web3 expert says, email, or also the Web3 expert emails his own seed phrase to himself so he doesn't forget it. So it's kind of like a hypocritical situation where, these Web3 people are saying you shouldn't, or they're saying that using Google Drive, you store a seed phrase on a decentralized platform is hypocritical, but they're being hypocritical themselves because they're also probably emailing themselves seed phrases, passwords, etc. So it was an interesting concept. There were a lot of good ones that were created. Do you want to touch on some of those, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't I didn't view too many of them, but I know that the sarcasm had a really cool one. Neat, Lockdown 3 had a really good one. Who else? Celeste Cat, Ella G, Bianca, Ashton Johnson.
Yeah,
Um,
Abare 32, I know had a good one, as did Arceus 441 and Jamelin. So there were some really good ones out there. I think Natter probably gave some diamonds to those people because I saw they were ranked toward the top of the hot feed. And they were really good. The memes are still super hot on DSO. That was something that kind of started from the beginning.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of hate from Twitter, like about DeSo, hey, it's not really decentralized. Well, I mean, number one, it's 10 months in. Uh, no blockchain is truly decentralized at this point. We're moving in that direction. And I think the funny thing is that a lot of these people are all on Twitter, which is the most centralized blockchain, not blockchain, the most centralized social platform out there, complaining DeSo isn't totally decentralized yet. So, I mean, you just got to step back and look at what's going on, kind of understand where we're headed. And I think that's important.
I don't think it's even possible to create something that's entirely decentralized in this beginning. Has to start out being centralized or semi-centralized at least. So, I think people need to back off a little bit and watch DeSo develop.
Yeah,
Time.
I
Yeah,
was
go
just gonna
ahead.
say, I think if we're here in like a year and a half still, then I can see people complaining maybe.
Yeah. So people are still using bitclout.com. And yesterday, Tyne, he put out a list of the top 6 users by post who are still using BitCloud. Do you want to touch on those, Brian?
Yeah, so that the top six, there's Natterpunks. They've made 962 posts, I believe. I think that was the number, 962 posts on BitClout. By far and by far and wide, the top user of bitclout.com. But also Photographer's Corner has 115 posts, Ask the Audience 109. What's My Guess, that new node that we talked about the other day, they have 98. Darisha Vyar has 97 and Brooke Burke has 83 posts. So yeah, people are still using BitClout. I mean, I use it every now and then. Mostly I've converted to Diamond App, and of course our own node I use NFTZ if I'm dealing with NFTs, but definitely it's definitely still a usable node, I think.
Yeah, and I guess there's some benefits to using it. Like, I don't know why Natterpunks, maybe I know they're minting a lot of NFTs. Maybe they're using it to mint NFTs. I don't know why they wouldn't be using like NFTZ or another NFT node for that. Uh, I'm surprised there's not more old time users because some people just get stuck in a habit and you don't want to leave that habit. I see on that list, there's some newer accounts. So I don't know. Uh, Community events today. There's several. There's a Twitter Spaces today at 11 a.m. with Chase Steely and Join Forces NFTs. Matresh is also going to be there, and they're going to be talking about sending NFTs to space. Of course, we talked about sending one of our Natter heads to space earlier this year, or late last year. And I think Chris and Rowdy Reptilians are thinking about doing one. So it's going to be fun. Definitely check out Twitter Spaces. Also at 11 a.m. on Clubhouse is Music Mondays with Miss Katie Ann and Dr. Rob, Clay Perry Music, Tropics, St. Lanes, William Laurent, DOZ, and several others, many others actually. And that's at 11 a.m. on Clubhouse. And then today at 1 p.m., there's a really interesting room called Blockchain Decentralized Social Media versus Cancel Culture. And this room is actually being held by individuals who aren't exactly on DeSo, aren't on the DeSo blockchain, but they're very interested in decentralized social media. So it's definitely a room that we're going to attend. And I encourage people on DeSo to attend as well, because giving support to DeSo, the blockchain, in a room like this, I think can do a lot of good. And there's a lot of people who don't really know exactly what DeSo, the blockchain, is. They know what decentralized social media is, but they're not really familiar with DeSo yet. They're only what they've read from the white paper, and there's a lot more.
Right. And it's kind of surprising because like DeSo is really the only decentralized social blockchain out there. Unless you're going to, of course, say what's being built on other blockchains as like secondary layers. So it's surprising that a lot of people haven't heard about DeSo yet, especially the ones interested in decentralized social media. So it's a good opportunity to go there, kind of tell them what you think about DeSo, good and bad, and just educate the public.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's all we have today. Everybody have a good Monday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.